Hi all, this is Brian with Schoolhouse Auto, and today I'd like to tell you how your braking system works. So how do your brakes work? Every car has 4 different wheels and 4 different brakes for those wheels. Most cars have 4 disc brakes all the way around. And when we talk about a brake job, we're generally referring to either the front 2 or the rear 2. In our experience, it's very rare to have to do all 4 brakes at once. So what does a brake look like and how does it work? This is a disc brake system. There's essentially 4 different parts to it. This is the brake rotor. This is the part that spins with the wheel. This is a brake caliper. The caliper holds brake pads, and it's its job to squeeze the pads onto the rotor and stop it from spinning. The 4th part is the brake fluid system. This is what actually connects your foot to the disc caliper, represented by this hose here. Generally, what happens is your car is moving along, you press your foot on the brake pedal, and this caliper squeezes shut, stopping the rotor from moving. This arrests the motion of the vehicle. So when we do a brake job, what we generally do is 2 rotors and a set of pads. That means 2 brakes in total, either the front or the rear. We generally expect the front brakes to last 60 to 80,000 miles, depending on how often you stop. Obviously, city driving is going to wear your brakes a lot quicker than highway driving. The rear brakes don't actually stop the vehicle so much as just create stability in the back, so they last a lot longer than the front brakes. Rear brakes we generally expect to last about 80 to 120,000 miles. When we do a brake job, we replace the rotors, we replace the pads inside the caliper, and we grease up the caliper to make sure that it still moves correctly. We recommend you replace your brake fluid every 40,000 miles because what we've seen is that if you leave it as it is, it builds up moisture, it no longer works as it should, and the caliper starts to seize. Either it doesn't pull back enough, or maybe one side sticks to the rotor and the wheel starts dragging. Either way, you're looking at a caliper replacement. An industry standard is to replace them in pairs, because when one wears enough to start seizing, it's generally expected that the other one has worn just as much. Of course, not all cars have 4 disc brakes. Some still have 2 drum brakes in the back. Drum brakes are a little different. They still function in the same way, but instead of the caliper squeezing the pads in, brake shoes squeeze out onto a rotating drum. These actually last longer than disc brakes. In the back, they'll last definitely 90 to 100, even 30,000. They're just a lot harder to service, and they're prone to what's called brake fade. That's why they're not used in the front anymore. This has been a video presentation from Schoolhouse Auto. If you have any questions about the video, or if you have something that you'd like us to talk about, please leave it for us in the comments below. Have a great day.